Hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss a question that was asked in Google, and the question name is largest rectangle area. So once we understand the question clearly, and then we'll go for the solution approach. So let us deep dive into the question to understand more. So this is the question is about largest rectangle area in a histogram. You will be given an input of array, and now the input is 6, which represents the length of the array, and each and every element in the array represents the height of the histograms. So I have created these array into an histograms. So this 2 represents the height of the first histogram, and this 1 represents the height of the second histogram, and this 5 represents the height of the third histogram. So and so on. Every element in the array represents the height of their respective histograms. So once if I create the array into an histograms, this is how it looks like. Now the task is, what is the rectangle you can create which is having maximum area? Okay, you have to find the maximum area of the rectangle you can create by using these histograms. Okay, we have height of each histogram parallelly. The width of each histogram will be 1. Okay, so every histogram width will be 1, right? So the height is given by them, and they have said that the width will be 1. Okay, so now we will clearly understand. So what if you choose these two? What is the maximum rectangle you can create with the help of these two height? Okay, so let us see that. So if I take the first histogram, which is of height 2, what is the maximum rectangle I can create? Can I extend this height 2 towards its right? No, I can't extend, because if you observe clearly, the height of my first histogram is 2 and the height of my second histogram is 1. So I can't extend. Okay, I can't extend these here, right? Because it is excluding the height of the first histogram, second histogram. So I can't extend these. So the only rectangle I can create by using the first histogram is that's itself, right? So the height is 2 and the width is 1. So the area will be 2 into 1. So this is the area of the rectangle you can create it by using your first histogram. Okay, what if you choose to create rectangle with the help of your second histogram? The height of your second histogram is 1, right? So the height of this is 1. Okay, so now our task is to find its width. Okay, so then what I'll do, through its left and I'll go through its right. Okay, so can I go through its left? Yes, I can go through its left, because the histogram towards its left is greater than this histogram, so I can extend. In the same way, I can extend this one up till last, because all the heights of histograms towards right of these are higher than 1, so I can extend towards its right. So this is the maximum rectangle I can create with the help of 1. Okay, now your task is to find the area. So let us count the width also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the width becomes 6. So the area will be 1 into 6, that is 6, right? So with the help of height 1 histogram, I am able to create this much rectangle. So what if you take 5? Okay, now let us compute with 5. Okay, so what if I choose this histogram which is having height of 5? Okay, so first I'll try to extend 5 towards its left. So that is not possible, because if I'm trying to extend this histogram towards its left, I have a smaller value, so I can't extend these. So that is not possible. Can I extend towards its right? Yes, it is possible up till 6. After 6 I have 2 which is lesser than 5, so I can't extend 5 height towards its right after 6. So this is the rectangle I can create if I choose to create with 5. Okay, now our task is to find the area of this rectangle. So what is the width? 1 and 2. So now the width will become 2, right? Now your width is 2, so the area will become 5 into 2, that is 10, right? So with the help of histogram height 5, I am able to create a rectangle which is having area as 10. Okay, now let us check with 6. Can I extend this 6 towards its left? No, that is not possible because I have a lesser value at its left. The next left itself is lesser than 6, so I can't create. And now can I extend towards its right? No, that is also not possible because the next right itself is smaller than 6, so I can't extend. So I can create only height 6 and width 1 rectangle. So the area will become 6 into 1 is 6. Okay, now let us compute with these two. What if I choose these two? Okay, so I have chosen height as 2. Now our task is to find the width. Okay, can I extend these 2 towards its left? Yes, I can extend up till 5. After 5 I can't extend because after 5 I have a smaller value than 2, so I can't extend after 5. So can I extend towards its right? As it is possible, I can extend up till 3, and after 3 I don't have any other histograms to expand, right? So now the width will become 1, 2, 3, 4. So the width became 4, right? So now the area becomes 2 into 4, that is 8. So with the help of 2, okay, if you choose to create your rectangle with the help of these two height, you are able to getting an area as 8. Okay, now let us compute for 3. Let us compute what if you choose to create a rectangle with the help of 3 height histogram. Okay, the height is 3, fine. So can you extend towards its left? No, the next left itself is smaller than 3, so you can't extend your histogram or you can't extend your rectangle, right? What if can you extend towards it right? No, because the 3 itself is the last histogram, you don't have other histograms to extend towards its right. So you can create only 3 of height and the width is 1, so the area will become 3 into 1, that is 3. So if you observe what is the area, the histograms, that is 10. So my output is 10, right? So if you observe in the question, my sample input is 6215 and output is 10, right? So I hope the question is very much clear for you. So now let us see the solution approach of this question. So how do we solve this question? Okay, so we'll see the solution approach. So I'll take the help of stack. So while I'm explaining this question, I got a very great idea. So if I tend to take 1 as my height, okay, and if I want to extend towards its right, I want to extend towards its left and right. Okay, so till where I am able to extend until where I am getting my extension is happening. Okay, if I choose 2, I can't extend towards its right because the next itself have a smaller value. Okay, so if I take 5, I can extend towards it right because I have a greater element. When I got a smaller element, there I am breaking it. Okay, so when I got a smaller element than 5, I am breaking there. Okay, if that is greater element, I am extending. If that is smaller element, I am breaking there. So okay, now if you find the left smaller and right smaller indexes, the left small of 5 and right small of 5, the immediate small of 5 and immediate small of 5 at it left and it right, then you can get the width, right? I hope you have understood. Okay, if you take 2, if you observe, if you find the next smaller element towards its left and next smaller towards its right, then the task is completed. So that much width you can create with the help of 2, right? So now what I'm doing, I'll create 2 arrays. One is left small and I create another array which is right small. So what I'll do, for each and every element, for 2 I'll store the left small, for 1 I'll store the left small, for 5 I'll store the left small, for 6 I'll store the left small, for 2 I'll store the left small, for 3 I'll store the left small. What about right small? Again for 2 I'll store the right small, for 1 I'll store the right small, for 5 I'll store the right small, for 6 I'll store the right small, for 2 I'll store the right small, for 3 I'll store the right small, right? So I'm storing left small and right small for 2. Okay, so to get the next small towards its left or the next small towards its right, we will take the help of stack. Okay, now this problem can be solved by using stack. Okay, so if you don't understand clearly about stack, you have to know linearly increasing implementation of stack and linearly decreasing implementation of stack. Once you understand these two concepts, then this problem will be very much easy for you. Okay, so I'm telling you, once go for linearly increasing implementation of stack and linearly increasing implementation of stack and decreasing implementation of stack, so that you can understand this problem clearly. Okay, now let me take first element 2. Okay, for 2, once I'm trying to look towards its left, I don't have any element, right? So simply I can put a 0, right? Because for 2 there is no next smaller element, right? It stops at 0 index. Okay, so why don't we write the indexes so that they'll help us a lot. 5, right? So for 2 I don't have any left small, but I'll store the index of 2 in my stack st. Why I'm storing and the index of these 2 in my stack? Because once I go for 1, 2 will be my left element, right? So if I store the indexes of left elements, so that makes me easy to find the left smaller element. Okay, that is the reason I'm storing these 2 index in my stack. Okay, I stored in my stack as 0. Okay, now so I'll come up with 1. For 1 I'm like looking towards its left, so the left index is already stored in my stack, right? So I'll bring the element which is in my stack. Okay, I'll bring the element in my stack. So I have 0 in my stack. So what is the element that exists at 0 index? 2. Okay, 2 is lesser than 1? No. If this 2 is lesser than 1, then only I can store it. So 2 is not lesser than 1. So I'll remove this. So this will not become my left smaller. Okay, 2 will not become my left smaller. So I removed it. If I observe, my stack became empty. If your stack become empty, then put 0 again. Because for 1 I don't have any left smaller values, right? So I don't have any smaller values, so I put 0. And then what I'll put 1 in my index of 1. What is the index of 1? 1 is at first index, so I'll put that 1 here. Okay, so this 1 represents 1. Okay, fine. Now I'll go for 5. Okay, I bring 5. Okay, so what is the I look towards its left. So once I look towards its left, 1 is the smallest. Okay, what is the element that exists at 1? First index 1. So I brought 1. Yeah, so 1 is the next smallest element. So I can store 2. Why I'm storing 2? Because you can't extend this till here, right? So you can store your stack. What is stack top? st.top of your stack top is 1, right? 1 in the sense index, first index. So first index itself is having the value which is lesser than 5. So you can't extend till here. You can extend up till stack top plus 1. So that is the reason I placed 1 plus 1, that is 2. Fine. Now I'll come up with 6. Okay. Once I come up with 6, what is the left smallest element? The left smallest element is at the second index. Okay. Oh, I forgot to store second index also, because 5 may become the left smaller for 6, right? So I have to store that. So I stored 5. So this second index represents 5, right? Now you bring 6. Okay, you bring 6 out. Okay, and check in your stack. So you have second index, and what is the element that exists in your second index? That is 5. Yes, 6 is greater than 5. So the next immediate left smallest element is 5, and that is located at second index. So you can't extend 6 up till second. You can extend only up till 2 plus 1. So that is 3. Okay, now you bring 2. Okay, so before that you store third index and 6 also. Okay, now you bring 2 and you check towards its left. Towards its left, first index I'm having is 3. So I bring the element 3. So 2 is greater than 6? No. So you remove this and again check 2 is greater than the element which is exists at second index 5? No. Then remove that. Okay, now you check 2 is greater than the element which exists at first index? Yes, 1. That is true. Okay, so you can expand this 2 up till second index. That means you got breaked at 1, so that means you can store up till here. Okay, so wherever you got breaked, you can store the next up till their next element, right? So you should add your top is 1, so st.top plus 1, that is 2. Now you bring 3. Before that you put the index of that 4, which represents 2. Okay, now you bring 3. For 3, what is the top? You have 4. What is the element that exists at 4th index? 2. Yes, 3 is greater than 2. So you got the left smallest value for 3 is 2. So that exists at 4. So you have to store 4 plus 1, 5. So you can extend this 3 up till only 5. You can't extend up till 4. Right? You can't go up till 4, right? You can go up till 4 plus 1, 5. So up till you can. So if you observe clearly, I got all the left smaller values for every element. Let us see how I got all the left smaller values. So if you take 2, I don't have any left smaller value, 0. For you take 1, you don't have any left smaller value, 0. You take 5, you have left smaller value at first index. So that means you can extend up till only 2. That is the reason you stored only 2. Okay, if you take 6, you have the left smaller value immediate to its left, so which is at second index. So that means you can extend 6 up till only third. Okay, so if you take 2, you can extend up till 2 and you have the left smaller at first index, right? You got 2. And if you take 5, you can extend this 5. If you take 3, you can't extend this 3 beyond 5, so you stored 5, right? So this is how you have got all the left or smaller values. So we'll get all the right smaller values of each, and I'll store in these. Okay, to get all the right small values, I'm starting from the last index 5. Okay, for 5, do I have any right smalls? Do I have any right smalls? No. For 3, I don't have any right smalls. So I can extend this 5 up till 3. That means I can extend up till only 5. Okay, I can't extend beyond 5, right? So you put that 5, this 5 index here, and parallel you put that 5 in your stack also. That 5 you're putting index, not element. You're placing the indexes. Okay, what is the element that exists at 5th index? That is 3. Fine. Now you go to 2. Okay, now you check for the right smaller for 2. Okay, right smaller values for 2. 3 is greater, so you bring 5. Once you bring 5, bring the element exists in 5th index. Okay, so if you bring 3, yes, you can extend 3. This is not the smaller value, so this is not your right smaller value. So once you observe, your stack become empty. Once your stack become empty, you can put the last element itself, 5. Fine. So now you put 4th index. 4th index represents 2. Okay, now you bring the next element, that is 6. Can you extend this 6 towards its right? No, the next element in 4th index itself, you have the smaller value, right? In 4th index you have 4 smaller value. Okay, what if you have 4th index is the smaller value for 6? You can extend up till 3 only. Okay, fine. So you put 3rd represents 6. Okay, now you bring 5. Okay, you can extend your 5, right? So the value which is existed at 3rd index is greater than 5, so you extend. So this is fine. Okay, at 4th index you have 2nd value, so you can't go up till 4th index. So you can go up till only 3rd index. Okay, right. Now I'll bring 1. Okay, so before that I'll put 2, which represents 5. So at 2nd index I have 5. My value is 1. So at 2nd index I have 5. That means which is greater than 1. So I can extend. So I'll leave this. And I'll check with 4. At 4th index I have 2, so that means I can extend furthermore. So I remove this, right? So if you observe, my stack became empty. So that means for 1 you don't have right smaller value. So simply put 5. That means you can extend 1 up till its last. So now you put first index here, which represents 1. Now you bring 2. Once you bring 2, what is the right smaller value for 2? Yes, it exists at first index, so you put a 0 there, right? So now you got all the left smaller values and right smaller values. With the help of your left and right smaller values, you can get the area. Okay, so what if you choose 2 as your rectangle? So what is your left small? 0. What is your right small? 0. 0 minus 0 plus 1 into height of I. So your right small is 0, So I'll write down the formula: right small minus left small plus 1 into height. Okay, so this becomes the area. Okay, so let me take for 2, what is your right small? 0 minus what is your left small? 0 plus 1 into what is your height? 2. So you got 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 into 2 is 2, so you got 2. Fine. So for 2 you got 2 as an answer, right? For 2, if you choose this 2, you got area as 2. Okay, so now let us see for okay, if you take 1, what is your right small? 5. What is your left small? 0. 5 minus 0 plus 1, that is 6 into 1, right? That is 6. So when you choose 1, your area becomes 6. So let us take for next element, that is 5. The formula is right small minus left small plus 1 into height. So what is your right small for 5? That is 3 minus so right small minus 2 plus 1 into height. So 3 minus 2 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 into 5 is 10. So for 5 you got area as 10. Okay, in the same way you can compute for 6, in the same way you can compute for 2, in the same way you can compute for 3, right? So simply what you have done, you have stored all your left smalls and you have stored all your right smalls for their heights, to their respective heights. So after storing them, you take the help of your left smalls and right smalls and you computed the solution. So now let us write the code for this approach. So I am writing the code in C++. So once we understand the solution, coding solution for this, so I'll implement the code. Right, I'm writing this code in CPP. Right, so let me take that. So first I'll complete reading the inputs. So I'll take the input int n, and which represents the length of the array. So I have to declare an array which stores all the heights of the rectangle. So let me run a loop to read all the inputs. Right, so I have taken the input an which says the length of the rectangle, and after that I have written all the heights of the rectangles. Right, so now I'll create a function called area of rectangle. So this is my function which finds the highest area of the rectangle and gives me the output, right? So to this I'll send the length as well as I'll send the area. Okay, now let me build the function for this, and the function should return an integer for me. int area of rectangle. So let me have int n comma and int hights. So I'm taking this as height as an input, right? So I hope till now this is clear, right? The first step, I have taken all the inputs and now I am creating a function called area of rectangle. Now this function will compute the answer for me and return back. Okay, whatever this function returns me, I'll print out. Okay, that is my maximum area. So now I should have two arrays. So one is int left small small, which will have length of n. In the same way, I should have a right small small, which is of same height, and I should have stack. Right, I have to need a stack. Right, now I'll write a loop to find all the left smalls. So once I complete left smalls, and then I'll write a logic to find the right smalls. Logic to find left small smalls. Okay, so let me write a for loop for int I equals I plus plus. So now, okay, while my stack st dot not empty of, and heights of top of if my top is greater than or equal to heights of that I, so that will not be my next small. So what I'll do, I'll simply remove that from my stack. Okay, so while you're finding left smalls, if your stack became empty, okay, while you're finding left smalls, okay, if your stack becomes empty, that says that you don't have any left smalls. So you can make left small equal to 0. Okay, so that means, what if you don't have any left smalls? For example, if you take this one, you don't have any left smalls, right? So simply you take 0, because you can extend till 0, right? For example, if this is 1, if you go towards its left, you don't have any left smalls. That means you can go up till 0, right? So if you don't have any left small for that value, you can extend up till 0th index. What if you don't have any right smalls? Then you can extend up till its last index, right? So that is the reason. If my stack becomes empty, that means I didn't get any left smalls, so I put a 0. Okay, else what if I get left small of I will become st dot top of plus 1. Okay, so at the same time you have to push that I into your stack. Okay, so done. So that is the logic for finding the left smallest. So let me make my stack empty. Okay, so I'll make my stack empty, because I have find out the left smalls, right? So again I have to find the right smalls. To find your right smalls, you just clear all your stack and then find the right smallest. Okay, now I'm writing the logic to find the right small. So I'll start my I from n minus 1 and I'll move up till greater than or equal to 0 and I'll decrement my I, right? Same logic, same funda I'll do here also. Okay, if st dot empty by empty of and heights of st dot greater than or equal to heights of I. So simply that says you don't have any right small, so simply pop it. Okay, now if your stack became empty, okay, if your stack became an empty, then your right small will become n minus 1. Okay, once if you find the right small, if your stack doesn't become empty, that means it has a right small. Okay, so that is simply nothing but minus 1. Okay, so after that it's done. So now you have find your all left smalls and right smalls. Now your task is to find the area. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take int area equal to int underscore min. Okay, because I need to find the maximum area, right? Now I'll run a loop. Okay, now area is equal to max of area comma, so I already computed the formula, right? I'll write that formula here. So write small of I minus small of I plus 1 into heights of I. Now this formula will give you, right? So I hope I have done with my logic. So let us check, let us compile and check, right? So you find, so why I'm finding the max, because I may get many areas, but my duty is to find the maximum area. Okay, once I find the maximum area, that gives me the result, right? Done. So your code is accepted, so it passed all the test cases. If you go for my submissions, you can see passed. Okay, so and you got score of 60, right? So I hope you understood. Thank you very much.